Missed.
Okay, it's regular meeting of the City Council, the City of Clearlake will come to order at 6 p.m. Thursday, April 17th, 2025, Clearlake City Hall Council Chambers at 14050 Olympic Drive in Clearlake, California. Okay. Council meetings are, I'm just going to read through this briefly. Council meetings are viewable in person to council chambers via live streaming on city's YouTube channel or Lake Peg TV live stream. And the public may participate through Zoom at the link listed below in your agenda that you should have picked up at the outside in the table. Public can submit comments in writing for city council consideration by commenting via the Q&A function in the Zoom platform or by sending comments to the Administrative Services Director, City Clerk at mswanson@clearlake.ca.us. To give the City Council adequate time to review your comments, you must submit your written email comments prior to 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting. Have we received any of those, Madam Clerk?
No, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Okay. All items on the agenda will be open for public comments before final action is taken. Citizens wishing to introduce written material into the record at the public meeting on any item are requested to provide a copy of the written material to the Administrative Services Director, City Clerk, prior to the meeting date so that the material may be distributed to the City Council prior to the meeting. Speakers must restrict comments to the item as it appears on the agenda and stay within 3 minutes time limit. Mayor has the discretion of limiting total discussion time for any item. Okay, let us, and staff reports for any agenda item are available for review at www.clearlake.ca.us. Any writings or documents pertaining to an open session item provided to a majority of the City Council less than 72 hours prior to the meeting shall be made available for public inspection on the city's website at www.clearlake.ca.us. Okay, Madam Clerk, can we have the roll call?
Councilmember Wilson.
Present.
Councilmember Hooton.
Here.
Councilmember Downey.
Here.
Vice Mayor Slotin.
Here.
And Mayor Kramer.
Here. Okay, would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and then remain standing afterwards? And I will lead the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we lost a longtime member of our community earlier this week on Monday. Bev Van Pelt has been very active in the community over the years. She was a member of Rotary for many years. She was on the board of the Lower Lake Museum, Schoolhouse Museum Preservation Committee. I'd like to observe a moment of silence in her memory. Okay, you may be seated. Okay, it's time for adoption of the agenda. There been any, Mr. City Manager, have there been any changes?
No, Mr. Mayor.
You, Council, anything you want to say?
I move that we adopt the agenda as presented.
I second.
Motion has been made by Vice Mayor Slotin and seconded by Councilmember Wilson. Please vote on the portal. Come on.
Motion passes with unanimous vote of the council.
Thank you. First thing on the agenda will be a presentation of April's adoptable dogs. Bring them on in.
This is Jean. Jean is a delightful lab mix around 2 years old, and she's ready to bring joy into your life. This sweet girl is great on a leash and absolutely loves playing in water, making her the perfect companion for outdoor adventures. Jean is friendly with other dogs and has lived in a foster home with a cat where she did amazing. Jean is spayed and up to date on her vaccines, ensuring she's healthy and ready for her forever home. If you're looking for a loving companion who enjoys playtime and snuggles, Jean is the one for you. Good girl.
Very active.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Lieutenant Peterson.
Mr. Mayor, Council, so far this year, 149 dogs have come into the shelter. 152 have left the shelter, 29 to rescue, 115 returned to owner, 8 adopted. For their live release rate, it's 99.52% is a cats as well. Current shelter count is 70 dogs totaling with 63 adult and 7 puppies. Can I answer any questions if you'd like?
You've gained a couple of adults
There's 70 dogs, 63 adults. and
from
7 puppies.
last month. You've gained, I think you had 60 last month.
Yes. We had a couple of red tag residences that
Okay.
had hoarded animals and with no one to care for them, so they had to be taken in.
Yeah. Well, better we take them in than they go in the streets. Thank you, Lieutenant. Okay, next on the agenda, presentation of a proclamation declaring April 13th, through the 19th, 2025 as Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, and I shall read the presentation. Whereas emergencies can occur at any time that require police, fire, or emergency medical services, and whereas when an emergency occurs, the prompt response of police officers, firefighters, and paramedics is critical to the protection of life and preservation of property, and whereas the safety of our police officers and firefighters is dependent upon the quality and accuracy of information obtained from citizens who telephone the Clearlake Police Department Emergency Communications Center, and whereas public safety telecommunicators are the first and most critical contact our citizens have with emergency services, and whereas public safety telecommunicators are the single vital link for our police officers and firefighters by monitoring their activities by radio, providing them information and ensuring their safety, and whereas public safety telecommunicators of the Clear Lake Police Department have contributed substantially to the apprehension of criminals, suppression of fires, and treatment of patients, and whereas each dispatcher has exhibited compassion, understanding, and professionalism during the performance of their job in the past year. Therefore, be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Clear Lake declares the week of April 13th through April 19th, 2025 to be National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week in the City of Clear Lake in honor of men and women whose diligence and professionalism keep our city and citizens safe. Dated this 17th day of April 2025 and signed by myself as mayor. Is there somebody that's gonna?
Mr. Mayor, I have a few things I'd like to say briefly, if that's okay.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Chief.
Our dispatchers serve as the unseen lifeline between the public and the police, fire, and medical services. They provide critical support for the community and for our officers in moments of crisis. They are the first responders, and we are so grateful for all they do to keep our community safe. Their commitment is truly unmatched. Thank you to all of our wonderful dispatchers for the great work that you do.
Okay, Chief, would you like to accept this, or is there somebody gonna come in? Okay, next, we'll have presentation of the City of Clear Lake's Blue Zone certification. Kelly Andell. And will please come up and make the presentation and do your dance, right?
I told them earlier I was going to do an interpretive dance, but I don't want to embarrass everybody. So anyways, my name is Kelly Yandell, and I'm the Organization and Wellbeing Lead with the Blue Zones Project, Lake County. And my partner in crime back there is Gregory Dameron, and he is our public policy advocate. He's going to come up in a moment and share some highlights with you about the City of Clear Lake's partnership with the Blue Zones Project, Lake County. But I'm here to kick it off and say congratulations to the City of Clear Lake on their Blue Zones Project Lake County worksite approval. This achievement reflects a deep commitment to building a healthier, happier community where well-being is a priority. With about 45 active projects across the country, it's incredible to see Lake County and the City of Clear Lake join in this impactful movement. I always refer to Lake County as the little community that could and actually does. So this is really exciting for us. Again, through the collaboration and dedication, we're not just making a difference locally, but we're putting our community on the map as a well-being leader. So congratulations to the City of Clear Lake on the well-earned recognition. And we are just so excited and just honored to continue this journey with you. So Melissa, I think you were going to say a few things on what that looks like for your team members.
Some of the things that we have done to be Blue Zone certified, we've made our snacks healthier. We've provided fruit and nuts in the employee snack room. We've planted a garden in our patio area. We've promoted well-being, what we call Well-Being Wednesdays, where we email the staff tips on different topics throughout the year. For example, the last one that went out talks about meditation and stress relief, and part of those emails have tips from Blue Zones in them. There are several things that we're doing on a continuing basis to support employees and their wellness, both physically and mentally, through the Blue Zones program.
Thank you, City Clerk. Do you have a few words, Greg?
Couple words,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
It's really great to be here tonight. I think some of you have heard me say it before that working with City of Clear Lake has been a career highlight for me. Just the initiative. In our Blue Zones work, it's not just feel good and aspirational. Our neighborhoods, wherever we are, is a bigger determination of our longevity than our even genetics. And City of Clear Lake, you helped us break records. I think one of the largest kickoff events in Blue Zone's national history happened here at Austin Park. Thanks to collaborating with you all. We had the largest school walkability demonstration in the history of Blue Zones here, pulled it off in 3 weeks, thanks to you and your team. And had hundreds of students, parents, city staff, KUSD staff, another record breaker. And then for our policy work, trying to combat the #1 preventable cause of disease, death and disability in Clear Lake, and that's commercial tobacco use. You all came to us initiating it. We want to do this, help us, let's get it done. We were trying to keep up with your initiative, got it done. Your American Lung Association grades have risen to the top. You're a leader in Lake County. And then we didn't even get a chance to send our recommendation report to you on making Pine Street safer, but you all voted for a one-way street conversion to make pickup and drop off for the elementary school safer. We're looking forward to see what might happen with Acacia Street by Pomo, but thank you all so much. Again, it's a career highlight, the initiative, and our team loves your City of Clear Lake, your staff. We love working with you all. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Greg.
So we have a ribbon cutting now and a certificate presentation. So
Program.
that would be awesome.
How to do the job.
I told the kids at the school I was giving haircuts.
You need to, come on in.
We have this actually that. We have a certificate.
Perfect.
We can look at all the picture.
Almost have it.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Cups out there for you to help yourself to as part of the celebration. And also, please sign in. We have an amazing raffle. Thank you. Good idea.
Good to know.
Okay, next on presentations by Administrative Services, City Clerk, Director, City Clerk Swanson, and Park and Recs Coordinator Charlotte White. And I have to apologize right now for missing last Friday night. I knew you were going to mention it, so I thought I beat you to it.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the council. I am Charlotte White and I am your new Recreation and Events Coordinator. I'm here to give you a brief update on what we have upcoming and what we've kind of completed this week off. Today was our last day of our spring break camp. So I have some photos from that, and they did make you some cookies today. Melissa has to share with you. So some of our upcoming events, spring camp, we just finished today. We served 35 children. And we had 7 high school students come to volunteer to be camp counselors. Tomorrow night, we have our teen glow in the dark event for an egg hunt. It's going to be at 7 when they come. Hopefully it'll be a little bit dark. Saturday morning at 8 a.m., we will be doing an egg hunt for children 11 and under. On the 17th of May, we have a kids cooking class that is sold out at this time, so we'll add more. On May 4th, we have a candle and soap making class as well as a tea party. That one has like 2 more spots available at this time. Summer concert series is kicking off June 21st. We are going to start posting summer camps this coming week, and those will go from June through the first week of August. And then we also have our community movie night coming up in May. Yep. So we just launched a teen CIT program. This is where the teens can come and be a camp counselor during the summer. Like I said, we had 7 of them come for spring break. We are going to do 2 training dates in May. And there they're going to learn to be active supervisors, lead activities, and manage behaviors. And we're hoping that by taking this class, they will be great and be able to help us at all of our camps. We're going to offer spring, summer, and winter camps. By doing so, they get to earn a community service hours that will go towards their graduation, as well as we will provide them with a CIT certificate that they can use as experience on their resume. spring break camp. Here's some photo that we sent to Alan this week. I asked them if they knew what a city manager was, and they said no. I said, that's who's going to help provide you the funding for more camps. So they provided him some photos of silly faces. Some of the things they did at spring camp was bake and cook. They did a lot of outdoor and indoor sports. Some examples were indoor hockey, basketball, karate, kickball. We did arts and crafts every day. We had STEM projects and we played games. Here's some more photos. We also have been doing bingo. Our next bingo night is May 16th. Youth and adults are welcome, and it's by donation only. Last week, we had a really good turnout. We ran out of tables and almost all of our chairs.
So I wasn't missed then.
We saved a spot for you.
No.
It's at 6 p.m. And so one of the things that we're incorporating with our bingo, which I thought was something important to mention, is we're working with the high school, and it's been mentioned to them that their groups, for example, Sober Grad Night or Learn Around the World group, they may come and set up their own commissary, we'll call it, where they can sell their food and earn their own funding, and then have a 10-minute intermission where they can speak to us and tell us about what their program is and what fundraisers they also have coming up. There's some photos of our prize winners at bingo. It's from our last one. And that's it.
Well, thank you, Coordinator White. That was a great presentation. You really hit the ground running.
I did. Thank you.
Would
Any questions?
you have any questions from council? Anything from the public they want to ask?
I don't have a question, but I want to commend you. You were at the Lake County Recreation. I forgot what the agency, sorry. And you hit it out of the park.
Thank you.
I mean, all the, with the city of Lakeport, the county, we're so far ahead in all these kind of things. So I'm very proud to have you.
Thank you.
Okay. You have to come up to the mic. Come on, don't be bashful. And introduce yourself.
My name's Stephanie. I'm from here, Clearlake, and I was just wondering where the camp was. It's everything sounded. Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
Okay. Well, again, thank you, and
Okay.
we're really happy to see you here and all the things that all the great things you've got going. I'm looking forward to them, and I will make
The next one.
hopefully.
I'll remind you. All right.
Yeah, send me a text. All righty. Next, we have public comment. This is a time for any member of the public to address the city council on any matter not on the agenda that is within the subject matter jurisdiction of the city. The Brown Act, with limited exceptions, does not allow council or staff to discuss issues brought forth under public comment. Council cannot take action on non-agenda items. Concerns may be referred to staff or placed on the next available agenda. Please note that comments from the public will also be taken on each agenda item. Comments shall be limited to 3 minutes per person. And I have a couple of notes here. Could I have Kathy Plowman?
I'm very nervous, so bear with me. There's several subjects I'd like to talk about, so I'll try to make it really fast. The first thing I want to talk about is that in the last meeting, there was something mentioned about euthanizing animals. And the reason that we cannot start with euthanizing animals is that we need to implement 2 things before that would ever become a subject. One is that the fines for not fixing your animals needs to be reinforced. And also we need a spay and neuter clinic that's open at least 5 days a week. And I understand everybody says we don't have the money, but unless we can get that under control, euthanizing animals, and especially healthy ones, is not acceptable because you're using it basically as a birth control. What happens is that people will still keep not fixing their animals. They'll keep having the animals and you're just gonna have to line them up and kill them and stuff. So unless these other two things are brought into force, the euthanizing animals is just gonna be like a slaughter. So that's one. And what really bothered me is that the people that applauded, if they had gotten up here and said, you know, it's something we don't like talking about, but it might be something we have to discuss in the future, but to applaud for an animal's death, no, that's never acceptable. So that upset me so much when I left here last time. And then also, everybody doesn't like, a lot of people don't like North Bay. They're trying to do the best they can with what they got. You know, we got 70 dogs down there now and stuff. And that has to do with a lot with owners and not being able to spay and neuter, not having the facility to do it. And I want to applaud the SPCA. Nancy, Ashley, all those women up there, they're fantastic. They work all the time and stuff. We're not open enough, you know, to get this under control. So we need something a little bit more to get these animals fixed. But these people are amazing. They work long hours. They think about animals all the time and stuff. So I want to applaud them. They are just unbelievable. And then I want to also discuss about the negative things that are posted on the internet about North Bay, about me personally and stuff. If you have anything you want to say to me, come and talk to me. You don't have to post it out there. I know I'm short, fat, and ugly. You don't have to tell me, you know, you don't have to post it out there and say that kind of stuff. If you have something to say to me, come to me and stuff. And somebody stopped me in, well, I stopped him out in the parking lot and he said we should be ashamed of ourselves for being in the thrift store. And I'm not ashamed of being in the thrift store. I have never asked where that money goes to. I'm assuming some of it goes to animals here and stuff, but any animal that is fixed anywhere in any county is okay with me. It's one less animal that's going to have a, you know, a puppy, a kitten, you know, so it doesn't matter to me and stuff. So I've never asked that because it's obviously being used for the animals, no matter where it's at. Okay, so that's what, and then I have to make an apology to somebody.
We need to wrap your comments up, so go ahead.
Okay, I need to apologize for something I said a while back. I was asked to comment on this by somebody, and I didn't feel right about it because I don't agree with what I said. And one is to Charmaine. I believe that what I said that she should be investigated. She shouldn't be investigated. You know, if she used the money for animals, that's all that matters and stuff. I was sort of talked into that and stuff. It's the same thing about North Bay and doing the thrift store. If the money's going to help animals anywhere, that's all that matters. That's it. So that's all I want to say.
Thank you for your comments. I would agree with you on SPCA. We have a lady sitting right here that also is part of that.
Yeah.
That is there all the time.
Yeah. No,
So-
they do a fantastic job. And they work you guys work long hours.
Okay.
But I do want to
So-
say the people that are making comments.
We need to move
Okay,
on.
can I just, I want to say I just want to say that the negative, I gotta say that the negative things that somebody's posting about me that is up at the SPCA, you shouldn't want anybody in your organization that gets on and trashes people because it makes your
Ma'am,
organization
ma'am.
look bad. Okay.
Gotta cut you off.
I just want-
Thank you. Norm Watson. Well, you got. No. And Jim Hackett, does that be you? Okay. Appreciate all your comments. I do also agree with you that Facebook is not the place to post comments. I absolutely agree with that. So thank you. Are there any comments, any other comments in the one up and introduce yourself? Not that we don't know you, but you still need to introduce yourself.
Good evening, guys. I'm Margaret Garcia of the City of Clearlake. And I just wanted to say that I was here last meeting and I heard the discussion on the euthanizing of animals. And really, I appreciate this gal's comment because, you know, it's easy to say, yeah, we'll just have to start doing that, right? And I kind of started falling into that last meeting, but we really should try to think of other solutions first before we just start to, easily, oh yeah, let's just line them up, right? And then, Mr. Mayor, I just think you might have just slightly a bit more patience when people are reaching their 3-minute mark because, not very many people come up here to speak. So it wouldn't kill you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for your comments. Are there any other comments, public comments? Come on up, Mr. Thompson, and introduce yourself.
Hi, Kevin Thompson, City of Clearlake. I'm here today to talk about public safety in the avenues. I know a couple of you are aware of what I'm talking about. Sunday, the 6th, about 2:00 in the afternoon, 2-car pile up in front of the house on 29th and Phillips because there's no stop signs. So here's a lady westbound on 29th. For those of you who don't know, that'd be like from Boyles heading towards the highway. Comes flying right through the intersection as another car who's doing about 50 miles an hour down Phillips in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. So they swerved to miss each other. The SUV going southbound on Phillips basically hit my goalie, flipped 3 times, took out the fence. The lady in the car who didn't stop and went through the intersection at 29th took out all 3 of my full trash cans and smashed into the back of my car, totaling my car. So now we have 3 totaled vehicles. I've lived at that place for 19 years. This is the 6th accident at my house alone. My 2nd car totaled. 3rd car hit because this car has been hit once before. 2nd time my fence has been taken out. Another girl going down that Phillips about 10 years ago took out my fence when she lost control. Another car speeding down Phillips about 3 years ago swerved on a 29th. Luckily, I have a curb built up for control drainage for the water. She hit that, jumped that curb and hit the 2 trees that are in front of my house. And thank God those are there. Otherwise, she would have hit my propane tank blowing up at my house. So this is 6 accidents at one intersection that I'm aware of. You drive through the avenues, most of the intersections, there's no stop signs. Sitting in my house, I can tell you every night I hear cars doing at least 55 down Phillips. You can just hear them shifting gear. Well, automatic transmission, but you wouldn't hear that if they were doing 30. I can't tell you how many times I've almost not gotten on the road safe because I'm at the intersection. You look left, you look right, everything's clear. You go to take off again. And from 32nd, it goes to 31st and then slopes down to 30th. You start to nose out and all of a sudden here's this car flying down doing 50 miles an hour, honking at you. I can't tell you how many times I fishtailed when it's raining just to hurry up to get out there before I get T-boned. So I don't know if it's stop signs, more stop signs to keep cars from getting so fast, if it's speed bumps. I mean, your officers do a good job, but they can't be in the whole city at once. And I notice it when I know that the cops are up there and it slows down. But after a couple of days, everyone knows that the police aren't there anymore. They're down, in the streets or something. So they're back to doing 55 on Phillips. Twice a day, we got kids, school bus stops, cars are flying past them. Luckily, this accident, everybody walked away. I don't know how. That truck flipped 3 times. How many people are going to have to die before we slow people down on Phillips? That's all I have to say.
I appreciate your comments, Mr. Thompson, and I think there is some studying going on that question. Are there any other? Yeah, the traffic committee is working on it, I think. Come on up. Oh, be careful. You gotta come clear up here. Introduce yourself and tell us where you're from.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Cox from Clearlake. I'm really not prepared, but there seems to be an issue where I believe it is where Parkview Market is, that street that Parkview Market is on, and where Lakeshore Drive come together. There's only one stop sign there. And I've seen that there's such a need for that to be a 4-way because there's so many people that come around that corner going so fast. And some people are unfamiliar with that street. If you live here, you get familiar to it. But right now, there's still people out there that don't know. And there's going to be kids coming from school. It's just a street. I think that if we put a 4-way in there, it would be so much more beneficial to not having accidents. And that's just all I got to say. If anybody can look at that, it's where I believe it's Lakeshore and Parkview Street come together, and you go around the curve after you've come from the main area. You're going around that curve, going up where it veers to the right. And I wish I was more prepared. I know I'd have the streets and all that. But it's right there where Arrowhead is right above, right in front of it when you're coming up to Arrowhead.
Yeah, I think we are familiar with where the street is.
Okay, well,
Thank
I'm
you
just
so
saying that I don't know what legally can be done as far as what kind of stop signs, but I think that if we could even put something, a sign or something about yielding or for people to be more, even one of those flashing signs, flashing lights or something would probably make people at least aware that there's a chance that it is not their right of way, that it's someone else's right of way. So be careful not to just turn out and be slammed into by a oncoming car from ones that are coming around that corner. They couldn't stop in time in many cases. So if that could be paid attention to, that would be wonderful.
Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
comments. Mr. City Manager, do you have any thoughts on at this point on studies on the stop signs? I know we've had the conversation.
Well, I mean, the appropriate method is for the Traffic Safety Committee to review that. They have a meeting into this month and they'll be talking about it.
In the Public Safety Traffic Committee meeting. Okay. Thank you. All right. Are there any comments on Zoom?
There are no comments on the Zoom, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Thank you, the clerk, Swanson. So we will now move on to the consent agenda. All items listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature and will be approved by one motion. There'll be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the council requests otherwise, or if staff has requested a change under adoption of the agenda, in which case the item will be removed for separate consideration. Any item so removed will be taken up following the motion to approve the consent agenda. Are there any items that need to be removed, Mr. City Manager? Council, do you have any items that you'd like to see removed? Or any comments or any in the public? Okay, we'll bring it back then for action.
Usually you ask for a motion.
Ask for a motion. I did.
I move to approve closed consent agenda, sorry.
Okay, to accept the agenda as presented.
Yes, to accept the agenda as presented.
All right, do we need a second now?
I'll second it.
Okay, motion's been made by Councilmember Downey and seconded by Councilmember Hooton. And a vote on the portal.
Motion passes with unanimous vote of the council.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Okay, we have no business items. So we'll now move on to city manager reports and council member reports.
I have nothing to report, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, start with Councilmember Downey,
I have nothing to report.
Councilmember Hooton,
I have nothing to report at this time.
Councilmember Wilson.
I have nothing to report at this time.
Wow. Well, I guess the only thing I have to report is that, oh, I'm sorry, Vice Mayor, I forgot all about you. Vice Mayor Sloan.
I attended the APC and Lake Links meeting. I'm sure that the mayor will have some comments on that.
You go right ahead.
I don't remember a whole lot about it, but I want to comment on the Lake County Recreation Association Agency, sorry. It's got somewhat frustrating to me because we keep talking about the trails up on Cobb and where their horses and rail riders can use the same path or same trail. And, you know, it seems pretty obviously that the county is not interested in this anymore. They just want to go for roads, which I understand the roads in the county, their indexes are way, way lower than ours because we have Measure V and our pavement index is way above what the county is. So they're focusing on roads, which I can understand, but we need facilities. As our events coordinator noticed that there's all kinds of programs going on, and we use the youth center as part. One of the plans originally was for the recreation center here in Clearlake and a pool and related facilities in the city of Lakeport. We can't do it. There seems to be less interested in the county that they want to participate in any of those things. So I'm frustrated. I'm going to go to one more meeting, and if that doesn't change, I will recommend that we abandon that and no longer be part of that.
It just seems very one-sided.
Did you want to have some
I
comments?
didn't go to the last meeting, but the one meeting that I did go to, like I kind of felt that way too, like Clear Lake is kind of like pushed to the side.
Stepchild?
Yes. And
Well,
that's,
the interesting thing is we're way ahead.
I know, they don't,
We have the programs, we have the people that run the programs, and they're still trying to figure out what to do.
yeah. So,
Okay. Anything else, Vice Mayor?
No, that's all I have.
All right. As the Vice Mayor said, he and I did both attend the Lake APC LTA monthly meeting. There wasn't anything of really out of the ordinary at that. I also attended a RRA meeting yesterday, in which we discussed a lot of some plans for what RRA's direction is going to be in the future. And when I can make some sense of it, I'll report on it. But right now, I kind of feel like Vice Mayor Slotin does about the recognition. And last, Vice Mayor Slotin and I both attended the grand reopening of our Safeway store here in town. Very nice event. There must have been, what, 75 or 80 of employees from here and everywhere, plus a lot of folks that were shopping and stopped by to hear all the goings on. If you haven't been in there, it's really nice.
do you get your free Red Bull?
I did not. I did not.
What are you supposed to get that?
Yeah, they are handing out free Red Bulls.
They give, no, I got
I
got a shopping bag.
Oh,
You did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
didn't even
I bought something, so I got a shopping
Oh.
bag. Anyhow, so that's all for council member reports this time. Future agenda items. Does anybody here have something that they would like added to next future agenda? All righty. So, seeing none, we will now adjourn to closed session at 6:44.